It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A 25-year-old man is due to face court today, charged with several offences after leading police on a pursuit at Waratah. An off-duty officer noticed the wanted man driving through the suburb just after 5 yesterday afternoon and alerted colleagues. A dog squad car soon arrived and began pursuing the vehicle on Platt Street when it failed to stop. The car broke down on Georgetown Road near Waratah Village and the driver fled but was soon arrested after a struggle with officers. He's been charged with a number of offences, including 2 counts of disqualified driving, possessing a pistol in a public place and refusing to give a blood sample. Hunter, New England Health is encouraging anyone with mild symptoms to be tested for COVID-19 ahead of Mother's Day this weekend. A new 6-lane testing clinic will begin operating McDonald Jones Stadium from 8 o'clock this Friday morning and will continue for 10 days. The clinic will be able to test up to 900 people per day. It's hoped it will help stamp out any remaining cases of the virus in the community. Newcastle's independent councillors are calling for a review of the proposed organics recycling facility at the Summerhill Tip. Council voted 6-4 to approve the $24 million facility last week, which would see plant and food waste diverted from landfill. However, the independents claim the tender process was flawed after a Victorian company was chosen over cheaper alternatives. They also say they weren't given a cost-benefit analysis before the vote. The Singleton community is being invited to an online meeting to help Council decide what projects it will support over the next 12 months. Council is sending out flyers to every household in Singleton outlining its plans, including a community support package aimed at those affected by COVID-19. General Manager Jason Linane says he welcomes any questions or feedback from the community.
We recognise we have a role to play in helping our community to get back on the street. So on the 13th of May, from 4:30 to 5:30, we're encouraging all our community to join us using Zoom as the platform. The opportunity to ask the questions and seek feedback and find out how we're available to help them.
Staff at the University of Newcastle will begin a staged return to work from next Monday after several weeks working from home due to the coronavirus outbreak. Staff will be required to be on campus 1 day a week, meaning 20% of the workforce will be there at any one time. The university hopes to increase the on-campus presence of staff to 50% by the middle of June. Students will continue remote learning for the time being. It's hoped students will be able to return for small lectures, group work, tutorials and laboratory classes from semester 2. The Business Chamber is asking families to shop locally for Mother's Day gifts this year and deliver a much-needed boost to Hunter businesses. Mother's Day is one of the busiest times of the year for retailers, and despite changes due to COVID-19, it's hoped this year will be no exception. Chamber CEO Bob Hawes says many shops are reopening in the lead-up to Mother's Day.
We know there's a number of shops that are starting to open up as a consequence of being able to accommodate Mother's Day's trade. And we want people to be aware of this and don't just assume that people are closed because they may well be in the process of opening back up again, which is a great community service on their part.
2NURFM Sport.
Newcastle Knights hooker Jayden Brayley has written off his 2020 season to focus on recovery after undergoing a knee reconstruction. It was originally believed the 24-year-old was to be left off the club's 32-man squad, but with training resuming today, Brayley was able to return as an inactive player. General Manager of Football Danny Medeiros says Brayley is now available to resume full rehabilitation with the club and will be around training with his teammates. Back rower Mitch Barnett is also still recovering from neck surgery but is closer to a return to play. Meanwhile, coach Adam O'Brien admits he was hoping full contact training would resume by the end of this week. With the NRL return date only 4 weeks away, players will be unable to participate in drills such as tackling and wrestling until next week. O'Brien says giving his team only 3 weeks to train with full contact is cutting it fine. And Newcastle trainer Jason Deemer hopes his winning run with Dynamic Syndications horses can continue when Chocolatier debuts for him at Canterbury today. And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 25, 31, 1, 10, 26, 29 and 27, and the supplementaries are 14 and 34. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.